Body representing spirits producers in Europe is flagging South Africa's alcohol ban. At the heart of its concerns is what you speak about, Tulis, the economic partnership agreement between the European Union and South Africa. Now, this agreement is aimed at giving both regions benefits in their trade relationship. But as it surfaced, the current alcohol ban is skewing that relationship. We heard from the Liquor Association there. Now, Ulrich Adam is the Director General of Spirits Europe. He joins us via Skype from Brussels this morning. Ulrich, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. So tell us how this alcohol ban here locally introduces this unfair element to this European trade agreement.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me on the show this morning. Our concern is with regards, as was said, to the European Partnership Agreement that was concluded in 2016. And this has been an agreement that is very much focused, as any trade agreement, on achieving a balance, mutual benefits, mutual growth in the Southern African region and in Europe. And here, with a ban, of course, we have a sudden disruption of the trade flows. We still have South African wine producers who benefit from a tariff-free quota, import quota into the European Union of 110 million litres each year, while at the same time, with the ban, the first ban and now the second ban, the export of European wines and spirits has been put to a halt. And in the monitoring of such trade agreements, the mutuality of the implementation is an important element. Fortunately, in the past years, we've seen in the monitoring of the trade relations that this EPA is actually a very, very balanced agreement in terms of South African goods reaching Europe and European goods reaching South Africa, creating mutual economic growth. And that is being disrupted by the ban in a fundamental way.
And if I zone in on that, of course, your body represents producers, alcohol companies as well. Surely by now there's a material financial pinch being felt on your end of the woods.
Obviously, I think we've been facing a struggle in Europe itself since the onset of the lockdowns in March, a -20 to -30% in sales in Europe, plus the worsening trading relationships across the world, and particularly also now with South Africa, which is the biggest export region for European spirits into Africa. And that's not just a local phenomenon. Our concern is broader, that this crisis can risk to tear down rules-based international trade. We're seeing these cracks happening in many geographies, and we need to be very, very careful that such spirit of protectionism, even if there are maybe certain domestic considerations that are valid, this is an aspect that couldn't just be brushed aside. So our concern in our commentary on this debate, which first and foremost is a domestic South African decision that we respect and follow closely, but this is an element that needs to be put in the mix, needs to be seriously considered, and the longer every minute the ban continues, the trade disbalance is mounting.
And I understand that you're not a diplomat here, but I got to ask you, is there a risk of the trade agreement turning sour if a ban in this particular case persists?
There's risks of trade relationships and agreements turning sour. There's for all sorts of reasons. Unfortunately, I think there are mechanisms inside such trade agreements that foster dialogue and that are served to deal with market access issues on a diplomatic level. So we are confident, and we hope, and we've spoken also to the European Commission here in Brussels, that these issues will be raised in the bilateral fora that accompany the agreement. However, I think it was also very, very important at this time to put this point of view into the debate in South Africa, an aspect that many people may not be aware of.
Ulrich Adam, thanks very much indeed, the Director General of Spirits Europe there, talking to us, Tulis, on their end of the argument on this alcohol ban. Indeed, that European trade agreement coming under the spotlight from this ban.